Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's Friday the... I don't actually know what it is. Is it the 8th today? It's the 8th, Friday the 8th of February. It's 5:30, so that's not bad really for me. Heading home. It's getting lighter on an evening. Not a lot, but it's getting lighter. Unlike his headlights, which aren't very light at all. Could have missed him. So yes, end of another kind of mixed bag of a week, really. I suppose, to be honest, it's been kind of up and down as far as work goes. A bit busy one day and then quiet the next, sort of thing. But steady mostly. So could just do with picking the pace up a little bit one way or the other. Not quite sure how, but we'll see. And yeah, last Friday night I managed to stay awake, yay, for a change. So I did the shows, popped in Words with Witty, listened to a bit of that while I was trying to catch up on a million comments, which is another job I've got to do tonight. Then it was hold it out for Helpy show. Went to that and then jumped out of that at the last minute to dive in for Carrie Allen's show. And I do now remember I was supposed to be doing some recordings of doing some of her voice things for the Playhouse, and I forgot entirely to do that, so oops. Hopefully she wasn't wanting it too soon when she said last Friday she wanted it doing, but she said there wasn't a rush. I hope the rush or non-rush is a lot longer, because I've not done it yet. I'm not sure. Well, I might get it done this weekend actually, don't know, I'll see. I'll try and fit it in somewhere or other. I'm not concerned about this. Yeah, I thought he was going to do that, dive in at the last minute. So so I did the Playhouse, and I think he even stayed up after that and finished for a bit of the Alliance family chat thing. Not that I joined in very much, I don't think, because it had got to 2 AM or whatever by then. I was probably a bit beyond joining in, but yeah, so I pretty much got through all of those and then slept in until don't know what time on Saturday actually. I think it was after lunch, to be fair, but you know, I'd been up late, so excusable. Saturday afternoon didn't really do a lot actually, to be honest. Chilled out, I think I watched some movies. Did well, I botched together a coffee post, to be honest. Which I'll probably be doing again, because I've not done any photography again today to go with the coffee, but I'll just reuse and recycle some old ones. Why not, eh? So that was Saturday. Sunday didn't go swimming again. Probably won't this weekend, this Sunday, because my dad's away, so not really any reason to push out that direction, so perhaps not go again this weekend. So the Sublime Sunday post was made up of a few random photos, and crucially, BMW does not know what he's doing. Boink. Yep. So, two of them in tonight. I've forgotten. What was I saying? Can't remember. I'll tell you what, I'll go in get rid of my parcels and try and remember what I was talking about at the same time. Right, back in a moment. Okay, I'm back and I still can't remember what I was going to say. But not to worry. We'll do Mr. Nelles's words of wisdom and see if that inspires us to greater things. So, Mr. Richard Nellis says, things to talk about on your vlog. The Black Cat, as it seriously came to the Wolverhampton versus Everton football match on Saturday. Fair enough. Patrick Stewart, as he mentioned that Star Trek is set up to run the 3 seasons of the actor as he plays Jean-Luc Picard. And incidentally, he seriously comes from Murfield. Very good. Actually, I watched Star Trek Beyond earlier this week, which is very good. That's one of the ones where they have the younger ones in it. Not the proper ones, as I'd say, but you know, the younger versions of all the Star Trek actors. But it was pretty good, actually. Star Trek Beyond, good film. 4 children in Staffordshire as they were killed by fire. Yes, indeed, Richard. That's quite mysterious, that, because it appears to have been something to do with a gas leak. But both parents have now been charged with negligence, so not very sure what it's all about. Richard sang Forever You and Me by the Lighthouse Family at Thuvers Pub on Tuesday evening. So, oh, well done, Richard. Sir Paul McCartney, has he added a good Blue Peter badge to his awards hall? Oh, right, very good. John Humphrey's leaving BBC Radio 4's Today radio show as Do You Like Mastermind? And do you remember the former BBC One Sunday programme called On the Record with the Big Ben gargoyle in the intro? I do remember On the Record. I'm not a huge fan of Mastermind, to be honest, because I'm not that much of a mastermind myself. James Woods, the skier, won the historic world title for the British. Very good. That's what I like to hear, people winning awards for stuff. Let's get gone. Gone to home. Another week dispatched. Oh, goodness me. It's an onslaught of vehicles. Has he got headlights on? Or just the most feeblest effort of headlights? More like side lights. So, absolutely nobody is even going to contemplate letting me out tonight. All far too busy trying to get home. Come on! I'm not just sat here for my health, you know. Hey, miserable. I could have gone then. He was deceiving some of them. Some of them you think they're close and then they're not. And others you think they're going to let you out and then they don't. And oh, honestly. Right, I'm getting a break in the traffic after this next one. Oh, you're going to watch and everyone sneaked up and trying to turn here. Right, we did it eventually. Crikey, that was hard work. Oh, so, yeah, I forgot what I was talking about now. Sublime Sunday, probably. Whoa, that was a Sunday. Sudden reduction in traffic. So, Sublime Sunday, yeah, I just kind of made it up. Oh, it was the time-lapse of the clouds. Didn't work as well as I was hoping because there was too many clouds. You really want, for a good time-lapse, if you're doing clouds especially, because otherwise it's just clouds and they're not really, you can't tell they're doing anything. You could do with just like patches of clouds and then clear blue sky and stuff. That works better. But it was a bit too cloudy, so there wasn't a great deal going on in that time lapse, but you know, it was okay. And I de-tubed it, Mr. Nellis. I didn't put it on YouTube. I kind of worked out how to get stuff up on D-tube reliably now, so I'm going to try and start putting more videos up that way. Just because I think it's good for the blockchain to add more content that way. I don't I'm not entirely sure. I'm fairly sure they still get rid of them after a certain amount of time due to storage issues. So it's kind of like a short-term thing, but I'll keep putting the vlogs up on YouTube anyway, so that's something going up. I think it'll all depend on what else is going on as to what I upload YouTube wise compared to on DTube. But I've been doing the boys account, his Blue Panda Gaming account. Just been doing a bit of fun of the Top Gear that I've been watching and playing along with the game as well of the stuff. So last week's episode game was pretty good. There was a few these off-road vehicles, so there's a few driving in the countryside, off-roading in them for the game, which is pretty good.
Warning, risk zone, speed limit 30 miles per hour.
Quick drink. So yes, done a couple of sort of gameplay videos on DTube for the boys account, which I've just done small snippets of, because there's so many different episodes in each game, because it goes through the whole of the Grand Tour episode, and you play little bits of what's been going on. So you'd be there forever and a day if you tried to do all of what's in the game for each one. You know, it's quite good value as a game because you do get a lot of varied gameplay. It's not the most fantastic realistic driving experience, but I suppose it's, you know, you can't expect miracles really, because it was a relatively inexpensive game as it was, and I suppose they're more doing it as advertising for the Amazon show rather than serious gameplays. But you know, it's good enough to entertain you, especially if you watch the actual each episode and then you can play the games from it. So I've done a couple of videos, so I'll do another one of those this weekend on a bit further on, because there'll be a new episode out tonight, so there'll be some more gameplay. Although I'm a bit behind at the moment. I could do another one just on the double bill Colombian special, because there's more I can do on that one. Then there's last week's, which is a lot of the driving in these Jeeps, like I say, well, four-wheel drives, and then whatever this week is as well. So there's quite a good scope there. I mean, I'm not going to keep up. I'm just going to try and do maybe one, maybe a bit more a week on his account, and just keep building up his account level. That's the thing. Do a little post now and again and get a few upvotes and whatever through for that, so it keeps building. If he'll ever get interested in posting on the Steam blockchain, I don't know, but can but try to keep something alive and active for him, should he get there. He's still got ideas about it, but at the moment he's kind of more obsessed with his VR buddies and gaming on there, and then he changes through to a few other different games now and again. I think he was Spider-Manning last night. Went back to the Spider-Man game for a bit to hunt down, I think it was hunting for backpacks. You need to collect them in the game to up your character's skill levels, so you've got to go around certain areas and win certain like mini games and things to collect those. So he'd been back hunting for more of those so he could build up his character and then get on and finish the last bit of it. So but at least he's gone back to it finally. So see how we get on with that. Anything else exciting been happening? Not really. I've been watching loads of movies actually. Some quite good ones as well. We're quite a mixed bag, a selection of different ones. All relatively old ones, so nothing particularly new this week. I've been trolling through Netflix. So many years I've been paying out for Netflix, and I've never. I mean, the family watch it now and again as well, but I probably never got the value out of that monthly subscription. Although to be fair, I mean, what you pay a month for Netflix, you could be renting a film on somewhere else, or you know, the monthly once a month subscription of $5.99. You can't even buy one film DVD for $5.99. Okay, this is a big queue here tonight. So, you know, in that terms, Netflix is pretty good value. Now, I mean, you could say, well, if you look through it, there's not that much of interest, and they don't always bring out that much new stuff. But it's not bad, to be fair. I mean, I've gone through all this week. I've probably watched 3 films a night this week. Not Monday night, because I was doing my show Monday night. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 films a night on Netflix. And they've all been pretty good, and ones I haven't seen before. I watched Looper last night, and I have seen that before, but I must have been tired because I didn't remember it, although I was tired last night as well, because it got quite late when I was watching that one. But other than that, I've watched a good range of them, and yeah, there's quite a lot on there, and there's still plenty more to hunt through. There's ones I've seen before, but I think, oh well, that'll be alright, I'll watch that again. So yeah, generally I don't think Netflix is that bad really. There's enough on there, and they do their own films as well, so there's plenty of scope for watching stuff. So I've been going through some of those just while I wait for something new to come out. I don't know if I mentioned last week, I don't know if I'd finished by then actually last week. I've got through all the Transformer films now, not in the right order, but I watched them all. But they were quite good. I quite enjoyed watching them. Some I'd seen before already, and there was a couple I hadn't seen, so enjoyed watching all of those. And yeah, so tonight I'm getting on for 6, so I think I've got an hour to get my head down and do some I think replies to comments on my posts first. Then I've got to comment on all the Sublime Sundays from last Sunday, because I've not replied to one yet, and in fact I've only re-steamed half of them, so actually the first job will be to re-steam the other load, then do replies to comments, and then comment on each of the posts. Whose bloody bin's in my way? Someone's bloody bin is in my way, do you know? How chuffing annoying is that? Now, let's see if the car has a nervous breakdown when I get out of it. No, not gonna. Yes. I wouldn't mind the recycling bin, because ours has gone walkies, so we don't have one now. But I'm pretty sure that is next door's, so I better not nick it, either. So yes, that's it. Time to go in and get some work done tonight, I think, and maybe listen to some more Jack Jones as well, because I do like listening to Jack Jones while working on a Friday and a Monday and Friday, listen to music and work. So have a good weekend and week next week, and I'll catch you in next week's hopefully a little brighter coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.